Hey everybody out there, it's Pastor John with your Midweek Reflection. We are entering into the fourth Sunday in Lent this coming weekend, and our topic for this fourth Sunday of our Give It Up series is complaining. We're going to try and give up complaining. I don't know about you, but I do a little bit of complaining, and I imagine this one might strike a chord for a few of us. One of the things I've been thinking about this week is how connected a lot of these habits are that we have that we're trying to give up for Lent. And on a very, basic level, that's because all of them really arise out of this, grow out of this sin seed in us that's kind of planted in our souls. And they grow up into various manifestations of sinful behavior and ways of thinking and so on. But also there's kind of some more clear connections in my mind, especially between worry and control. In my mind, worry is one of the ways that we try to maintain in an odd way control. We're afraid that if we stop thinking about something or worrying about it, then all hell will break loose and things will come crashing down. And so we have to kind of keep it in our mind almost. But also, last week we looked at superiority, this week complaining, and I think there's a clear connection between these two habits as well. That complaining is one of the ways we maintain our sense of superiority, whether that's for our own good. We just might complain about something by ourselves to make ourselves feel smarter or better, or in front of other people. If we complain about other people, then we seem above somehow. So I think these are really connected in a lot of ways. This week, as we focus in on complaining, one of the questions I invite you to ponder over the next few days is, what does complaining accomplish? And before you say nothing, which is really the good spiritual answer, I think, I would suggest that that's not exactly true. There's a reason that we complain. There's a reason that we participate in any of these behaviors that we're talking about. They all accomplish something for us. It might not be a good thing. It might not be a God thing. But there's something that complaining does for us that makes us keep coming back to it over and over again. Why we keep building whole conversations with people around complaints and who has the better complaint almost sometimes. So why is that? What is it that complaining accomplishes for you? Why do you do it? Another thing that we're looking at this week is how complaining goes way back in our spiritual DNA. Not that we get it from God, but that if we look at our ancestors in the faith, we see complaining going back a long way, maybe all the way to Genesis 3 and the fall. But I think one of the hard things that we have to face in this whole series is that a lot of these habits are really deeply ingrained in us. Not only do we kind of keep the rut going deeper the more we practice them, and a lot of us have been doing it for a long time, but they go back even before us, before our time, before our generation. So these are really part of just who we are as individuals, but also socially. This is a part of who we are as a community. Complaining has a big place in our life together. And so where is there hope in all of this? How do we find hope that we can actually get past complaining? Maybe not perfectly, maybe not, we never complain again after Easter this year. That would be great, but I don't know that it's going to happen. So where do we go for hope in this long process of facing something that is so deeply rooted in our being and in our communities? Where do we have hope that can change, that we can break that cycle, or that God can break that cycle in us? And maybe you have a story of some habit or deeply ingrained behavior that you have been able to break. And how does that correlate to when we're talking about complaining or superiority or worry or control or next week enemies? So that's something to search for hope. Where does God hold out that hope for us in this hope thing? So these are some questions for you to think about this week. As always, I look forward to worshiping with you as we live the gospel life together. Until then, may God bless you.